Welcome to KocoSports Weekly TNA Review. I am the huge one, a.k.a. the idiot, Dave Coco from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net. It's where the world comes to cash, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Please do check out our blog, as Jerry decided to take off from being dead and really worked hard this week. So go check out KocoSports.net. I'd say congratulations, Jerry, for not being dead anymore. And as always, join with me, Mr. TNA, the artist formerly known as American Alucard. So you're not American Alucard anymore?
No, not that anymore.
What's your channel name now?
Guy on, I gotta look it up. It's so long, I forgot it myself, but it's.
This is bad for marketing. If it's too long and you don't know what it says, it might be a little too long for marketing. Can I still call you American Alucard?
From time to time. Guy on internet who doesn't lie for views.
I say that again because I was talking over you.
A guy on internet who doesn't lie for views.
Well, I don't understand.
It's a long story. I'll tell you when we get off here.
All right. So we're just KocoSports. I don't know if we're lying for views or not, but we'll try our best. Okay, can I still call you American Alucard or Tom or Joe or something simple?
Yes.
So go check out his channel. I know a lot of TNA fans are going to be mad. Real life got in the way, hockey playoffs, selling books, selling businesses, all that fun stuff. Real life got in the way. So what I say is we always put Ring of Honor and TNA last in the list of what we're going to review on Wednesday. So what I say is I got something on my face. I should have checked it out before that.
Campo.
We'll put it on you. I fix that. Scratch. All right. So so American Alucard with his new channel, which is hard to find. We'll put a link down in the description. Marketing genius there, American Alucard. He does Ring of Honor reviews and TNA reviews as soon as they go off the air. So if you're like, hey, I need to get my TNA review in quickly, American Alucard is your man. All right, so we're going to ask you win, loss, or tie. What did you think of this week's show? American Alucard, you go first since you are the guests. Also, you can plug your channel one more time. It's not the easiest thing in the world to plug. So what do you think? Win, loss, or tie?
I'm going to give it I'll say a weak win. I'll say that, yeah, weak win.
All right, I think I agree with you. There were some segments that were head scratchers, some things that just shouldn't have been. But to me, it seems like, me and you have one thing in common, our love for EC3. And it seems like all EC3's obstacles were brushed out of the way. It was like, all right, we are sacrificing this show so that EC3 can be the man going into the pay-per-view. And that's what's really exciting. So to me, I'm going to give it a weak win, but there were some weak things in this.
Obviously.
There really was some disappointing things in this. And a lot of it was there's guys that we enjoy and love. Might as well talk about it now. I love Green. I love Spud. But you can book someone horribly that we love. And I think that was a case of today. I think Spud was booked kind of horribly, but we'll get into that as we go on. Grado, I'm a huge Grado fan. I find him to be completely entertaining. I just think they pushed him wrong. I think they did a wrong job with Grado too. And he's just pure entertainment. We're going to get comments. He's not a good wrestler. Trust me. Grado fans know he's not a good wrestler. My favorite scene is there's an England, UK promotion, and there were fans that were hating Grado and like, he can't wrestle, we don't care. He can't wrestle, we don't care. And if you get a chance on YouTube where you live in the UK or by DVD, check out the atmosphere that guy brings. And I don't understand how you cannot be a fan. Now, take that atmosphere away, he's just a fat guy that shouldn't be in the X division. and that's what we had tonight, in my opinion. But we'll get there. All right, so I'm going to give it a weak win. I just want to get something out of the way. Ring of Honor and TNA, possibly WWE, I don't know. I'm making it a new rule. I want to push this aside. They say that WWE versus TNA. They say that WWE versus TNA versus Ring of Honor. I am not picking sides of the company. If you advertise a contract signing like it's a big fucking deal, then the show's a loss. I don't care if there's 27 9-star matches. My mission in life, it's not to defend TNA. It's not to defend WWE. I like the idea of pro wrestlers. The best wrestlers that connect with the crowd should be in the main event. That's the idea that I defend. But if you have contract signings, it's an automatic loss. So next week, spoiler, I don't know what's going to happen. They're advertising a contract signing on Ring of Honor and in TNA. I don't care how great the matches are. We have to put our foot down. I don't care if you're Team WWE, Team Ring of Honor, Team TNA. There's no fucking way that contract signing should be advertised as a big deal for any company, and there's no way it should be the last segment. There's no way you should be like, well, next week, our contract signing. Ring of Honor and TNA are both doing this. And I don't want to hear that Democratic Republican crap, well, our contract signing was better than their contract signing. No. I have a mission in life. My mission in life right now, because I have high priorities, is that contract signings are a thing of the past. I cannot believe Ring of Honor and TNA both next week are advertising contract signings. Do we know what matches there are? Of course not, because there's a contract signing. Down in the comments below. Don't care TNA, don't care WWE, don't care Ring of Honor, New Japan. Doesn't matter who you're a fan of. Down in the comments below, I want you to say, have you ever been excited once for a contract signing? Once. They are horrible fucking segments, and it is a fucking cancer spreading throughout pro wrestling. And next Wednesday, we have 2 contract signings, and no, automatic loss. I don't care if TNA has 19-star matches. I don't care if Ring of Honor is like, oh my God, I'm in love with Ring of Honor again. This is what we always loved about Ring of Honor. Automatic loss. Automatic loss. So, spoiler, next week, TNA can be the greatest show ever. And you know what? And I'm not picking on TNA. Ring of Honor's next week's show, loss. I have to put my foot down, end contract signings. American a la carte. We call you Mr. TNA. We call you the defender of the Impact Zone. I ask you, sir. I ask you, the real podcast machine, Mr. I do 900 podcasts in a row. Taz, move over. Have you ever once been excited for a contract signing? Ever. Once.
I can't think of one that I was excited for, but then the Stone Cold, those weren't contract signings when he came in with the beer truck. That wasn't a contract signing, was it? No. So no, I can't say I have ever.
And it's a crutch that these companies use. And
but to be fair, the TNA won't have it as the main event. I know it's still bad. It's not going to be. Ring of Honor is going to have it in the main event. TNA is going to have it at the beginning and have EC3 versus a.
No spoilers.
Oh, I don't know the opponent. I just heard Josh Matthews say it on the YouTube thing.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're defending a party instead of an idea.
I know. It's still bad. It's still bad. They shouldn't do it. They should not do it because it's already explained that EC3 is a normal contender. Why do they have to show a contract? It's already explained. So yeah, I don't like it.
So next contract I sign, I'm putting on YouTube. Obviously, pro wrestling fans get excited for contract signings, and it's exciting. Will it be a book? Will it be a new house? Will it be a cell phone? Will it be a parent's permission slip? Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. The next contract I sign will be on this YouTube channel.
You got to put somebody through a table though. Also,
all right, I just had to get that PSA out of the way. I want to spread the message. Now let's actually start breaking this down. We start off with EC3 pulling a Bully Ray. He puts the chair in the ring. He's like, we're not starting Destination X. We're going to have a sit down. He starts complaining. Kurt Angle's music hits. And EC3 is like, all right, sit down over. So they go back and forth. EC3 challenges anyone. Kurt Angle makes his way to the ring. He and EC3 have a heated, basically, exchange. They censor out some naughty words, and EC3 threatens to end Kurt Angle's career before he leaves the ring. And Kurt Angle basically pulls out his punk card, and EC3 is like, another day. I love EC3, and I think EC3 should be champion. I've been tooting that horn for a very long time. I think he's the best heel in the business. A lot of people say Kevin Steen, but I think Kevin Steen, too many people love him. I think he's the most awesome guy in pro wrestling, but I don't think he's the best heel. I think EC3 is. The only thing that bothers me about this is this all worked out for EC3. I think he panicked a little too much. He's the number one contender. Well, you have Destination X. You got to get rid of the X Division guy. You got to get rid of the briefcase. So I don't understand why EC3 is so angry, because everything worked out in his favor. So
I guess he was worried about other people defeating Kurt Angle before he could, but that's still kind of weird because he still would have got a number one contender shot.
Yeah, and he's pretty much beat everyone that's involved. So
He beat Aries? Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He did beat Aries on a pay-per-view.
Actually, I don't know, to be honest, but I'm going to say that. I'm going to say
One night only pay-per-view, he beat him. Yeah.
But the thing is, one thing that they don't mention, and I don't know why, or they don't mention it enough, especially EC3 in promos, EC3 is undefeated and has beat Kurt Angle. Like, I don't think he goes to the well too much. Now, I don't know if they're pulling a WWE Triple H Undertaker, this has never happened type thing, but if you're talking shit and you're talking about being undefeated and Kurt Angle, wouldn't you mention you've beaten Kurt Angle before? And he has mentioned it in passing, but if I was EC3, playing the part of EC3 as fat internet nerd, I would bring that up all the time. Be like, I'm undefeated and I beat your ass. I don't even understand why you're the champion. But that's just me loving EC3. Spud enters the arena, and I know they just worked up to this match, but when EC3 offered Spud his job back, I was personally heartbroken he did not take the job back. I got made fun of on this podcast by a lot of people thinking that I treated Spud and EC3 like a gay couple, and it really bothered me. I thought they were just money, and I was like, oh my God, Spud's going to keep the X Division title, which I never thought he should have been X Division champ yet twice. I was like, Spud, come back home. I love the EC3 segment, oh man. But no, Spud, he's a good guy now, and it broke my fucking heart, just like my beloved Tampa Bay Lightning. So Spud enters, he ignores them, punks them out a little bit, and that leads to the first match of the night, which was the TNA Heavyweight Championship, Kurt Angle versus Rockstar Spud. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I want to give mad props to Josh, the play-by-play color guy.
Yeah.
This match wasn't that good, but his commentary made it feel important. It made it feel like a big match. And this is one of those commentary, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time people would feel a match. But I thought Josh did an amazing job and added to this, because I don't think the match was actually as good as the story Josh was telling. Like, if this was pro wrestling radio and Josh was just going over the radio, you would think this is the most epic match that ever happened. So, Josh, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. It wasn't a bad match. It was a pretty good, decent opener. But Josh put this over like $1 million, and you could feel it. Spud did get in some offense, which I was a little bit shocked of. As much offense as he did get in, I knew he'd get in some offense, but I didn't think it was that much. And Kurt Angle grabs Spud's ankle and applies it. Kurt Angle basically puts him over, shakes his hand. Very interesting, great opening match. So there you go. What was your thoughts on the opening match?
Like you said, decent match. I know it was better than a lot of people expected it to be, especially with Rockstar Spud. I know people were shitting on this match before it even happened. And Spud, I would say he was already a star in TNA, but this just helps him get over a little bit more. Like I said, decent match. I don't think I can say really any more about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The only thing I really loved Spud with EC3. I just love the chemistry they had there. So I'm a bit of a player hater, where like I just don't think he deserved this. But at the same time, you know, it was enjoyable. Even if it was something I didn't enjoy on paper.
He'll be back with EC3 soon. I'm not a spoiler, but you know how people get together. Either or EC3 is going to turn face, or it's you know how wrestling is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want EC3 to turn face ever, but I would love to see him bring back and then just EC3 treats him like shit because he's crushed, because he lost his world title, he lost his X Division title. I don't know where Spud goes from here, but it could be a crushed storyline. So basically, EC3 being champ and Spud being his assistant is what drives me as a TNA fan. Like, that's my end goal. I'm like, if Kurt Angle beats EC3, I'm not going to lie. As a fanboy, I'm going to be crushed a bit. I am going to be crushed. I'm going to be emotional. American Alucard will have to give me some internet hugs while I just cry.
The only person that should break EC3's undefeated streak is Drew Galloway. That's the only person that really makes sense. Down the road, not now, but eight months down the road. That's the only person that makes sense.
I'm not buying Drew Galloway in the Rising at all, but maybe it's because of the Beatdown Clan. I'm Team Beatdown Clan. But just like the Beatdown Clan, it's like being a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. You admit you're a fan, but then you follow it with, you're like, I'm a Buccaneers fan. I'm a Beatdown Clan fan. And then, you know what the Buccaneers and Beatdown Clan have in common? If people know anything about the Buccaneers or anything about the Beatdown Clan, they always follow it up with, I'm sorry. That's when you know. That's when you know you have a bad team. Because normally if you're like, oh, I'm a Rays fan, they're not so bad. So people are like, the Rays suck. You suck. You know, that's like the level. Or you go to Chicago, be like, yeah, let's go, Lightning. They'd be like, fuck you, you suck. That's when you know you have a fighting chance. But when you really suck, no one even says you suck. They just say, I'm sorry. Like, you're like, I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. And then you just hear, you don't even hear they suck. Because they haven't even been, they're not even at that level of being called being sucked. You actually get this. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's what it's like being a Beatdown Clan fan. People are just like, I'm a Beatdown Clan fan. Oh, I'm sorry. The knockouts come out, the Dollhouse. I am a huge fan of the Dollhouse. I think it added so much. I know some people have mixed feelings about the Dollhouse. I think some people say it sucks. I think it adds character. And it comes down to, there was, when a bunch of the knockouts were in the ring, and it was Gail Kim and the rest of them. And that's when I was like, oh, they are great wrestlers, but there's no character whatsoever. And then, like, a week or two. Go ahead.
There were potato chips without flavor, just plain potato chips.
And a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, the premiere of the Dollhouse, and I absolutely love the Dollhouse. Now, granted, maybe it's my pure love for Jade. I love you so much. It might be my love for Jade that's hiding this, but I love the Dollhouse because it adds depth to great wrestlers. Before they were just, oh, I'm a good-looking girl who can wrestle. Now I'm a good-looking girl who can wrestle with a story and a team and a faction and all that. And I think her turning heel was perfect. And I didn't see that coming. I don't read spoilers. I didn't see that coming. I thought she was just going to be a good-looking wrestler for the rest of her life. But now she has depth. With that said, I think since the Dollhouse came together, this was the worst night for the Dollhouse. I think it was like, oh, I love the Dollhouse. I respect the Dollhouse. I know some people don't. But I'm like, too much. And that's the thing. I might rename this podcast. Too much of a good thing. I like Spud. Too much. I love Grado. Too much. I love Dollhouse. Too much. Too much of a good thing. They need Awesome Kong. She has to be in a pillow fight and a lingerie match. And I know I might get some heel heat for this. I love women of all sizes and of all colors. I was so excited. I might be the only one, but I was so excited maybe Awesome Kong would wear lingerie. I would marry Awesome Kong. There, I said it. Judge me all you want, but I just love women, period. And I was like, whoa, big woman wearing lingerie? Sign me up. Sign me up. But yeah, I just thought it was too much. What did you think of this segment?
They probably could have condensed the segment down into one part instead of this one thing and then come back later on and there in the ring. It could have just been one segment. So, it was whatever.
Let's see if we got any live comments. We got some on the Facebooks. So let me go across the board here. Wow. All right. Appreciate it, TNA fans. We're so late, yet you guys are still rocking it. Like I said, if you want TNA reviews sooner, please check out American Alucard's channel. And yeah, we have a lot, so really appreciate it. All right. I didn't expect this many live comments, but thank you. All right. Let's see. We're going through the Twitters. At D_Rock73, which is worse, Rebel beating Taryn or Dana Brooke beating Sasha Banks? This is tough. I'm gonna go Dana Brooke beating Sasha Banks. I just think Sasha Banks has a hard time of getting out of the shadow. The NXT Women's Champions have been great, and now she's a Women's Champ, and people are like, "Oh, can she live up to Charlotte?" Because I know this is going to get me some heel heat. I honestly think Charlotte is the female version of Kurt Angle. I just think no one has caught on to the business faster than her. I know it gets me some heel heat, but that's what I believe in my heart. And Sasha Banks is having a hard time getting out of that shadow. And then Dana Brooks. So, yeah. Now, D-Rock says, I like the Dollhouse. Every other heel faction was another BP knockoff, but the Dollhouse is different. Yeah, I like the Dollhouse too, but it is getting some heel heat on the internets. Let's see. Andy Paps on Facebook. Going to give Impact a win. Very entertaining show. Rockstar Spud did great. Kurt did great. I'd love to see Spud turn heel at Slammiversary and rejoin EC3. Andy Paps, you know what I like to hear? You just know. EC3, let me tell you something. I'm going to mark out a little bit. That's okay, because it's okay. At KocoSports, it's okay to be a passionate fan. Now, you don't have to be, I'm so smart. No. EC3 holding the title up over a bloody beaten Kurt Angle with Tyrus and Spud at his side. Sir, I'm going away happy. Matter of fact, I already paid for this pay-per-view because it's EC3 Kurt Angle. I'll pay for it a second time and buy the DVD.
Have you already really paid for Slammiversary?
Well, I'm going to. I mean, if I already know the results, I went a little time jump. Why,
we'll talk off there. We'll talk off there.
Okay. You got some secret stuff?
Yeah. I guess you didn't see the news, so.
He goes, the way TNA built up the BDC to do like the Bullet Club, but they failed, which makes ATP sad. I'm beyond sad. I don't even know what to do. And the thing is, I'm just going to root for them and just know they're going to lose. I live in Tokyo, Japan, and to watch my beloved Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I got to wake up 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on when they play. And I wake up, I put on my little earmuffs, I watch my Buccaneers, and I just know they're going to lose. That feeling I have of waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to watch my NFL team get their fucking asses whooped is the feeling I have watching the Finals. Same feeling. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Why do I even like this team? I believe in being a loyal fan. I believe in being by your team's side no matter what. That's why it always cracks me up. They're like, oh, the Lightning is a bandwagon team. I'm like, bitch, I had to watch the Buccaneers 4 a.m. No, you don't get to say that. Dallas has been great so far. Love the gimmick. It's something different. All right, so there you go. So Dallas is getting a lot of love. Now we're on to the YouTube comments. Clover Cold 89, a win because the Aries Angle match was freaking great. Brain Lazy 92, I say a win, even though I know there was no way Spud was going to win. He did very well. The Angles versus Aries match was so damn good match of the year quality. Sub Coco, Mr. TNA, and this is from Total Nonstop Action. If here, Aries versus Angle, enough said, plus great X Division matches. LB Clash of the Kings, I hate contract signings from TNA and ROH, and NXT did contract signings a few weeks ago, and I hated it. I hate it all. NXT, WWE, I just hate it all. If you want to fucking piss me off, just have a contract signing. And I hated it that TNA and Ring of Honor are doing it. I know. Especially Ring of Honor. I don't know why. I have a love-hate relationship with Ring of Honor, and I'm not as loyal as a lot of ROH fans are. Like, I'll just take more breaks from Ring of Honor. I'm like, what? It's not Kevin Steen versus El Generico? Fucking call me in September, bitches. But I think I'm a little more heartbroken over Ring of Honor doing it. It's just like, even though I'm a TNA fan, I don't like contract signings on wrestling shows.
And Ring of Honor with a contract signing,
right now,
it gotta mean the belt's gonna change. It's because like it usually don't do contract signings in Ring of Honor, do they?
I have no idea. We need to stop contract signings at all levels. At all levels, we need to stop contract signings. Contract sign on YouTube, have your heart at it. No one's gonna watch it, but go for it. Go crazy. Man, I promise you, next contract I sign will be on YouTube. LB Clash of Kings and Kevin Owens segment. I could tell whether or not TNA was throwing shade at WWE at the way they treat women on the main roster, basically meaning talent comes from physical looks. I think they were trying to do that while also doing a heel turn and also throwing a shade at Christy Hemme because during Christy's time in WWE, and she was undefeated in lingerie pillow fights, record of 7-0. So maybe TNA's upset Christy is leaving. I hope they're not upset that Christy's leaving because we've talked about this. A big popular question that we get in TNA when we do reviews and Stump the Idiots is what would you do if you took over TNA? If you were the owner, you had all the power. And every time I'd be like signing my name, and by the time I put that last S and cross that T, I'd be like, you're fired, Christy Hemme. So I always wanted to fire Christy Hemme every fucking day of my life as a TNA fan. I think she's attractive. She might be talented. But when I saw what she's making compared to other people, I would have fired her right away. There's no doubt. Like, if Dave Coco won the lottery, became a best-selling author, buys TNA, the first thing I would do is fire Christy Hemme. Like, every time. Like, even in, like, booking games. It was like, hey, book TNA. All right, I fire Christy Hemme. Like, that is my go-to move. You know, like, people are like, what's the first thing you do? Do you slap Dixie Carter? Do you hunker boobs? Do you fire Ken Anderson? Do you bring back the X Division? Do you bring back AJ Styles? Do you bring back Christopher Daniels? What do you do, Coco? First thing, every time. Number one on the list. Matter of fact, write it down. Number one on the list, fire Christy Hemme. So if TNA is upset that she's leaving, they're stupid. They're just absolutely stupid because she's the first person by far. Go back and watch all the Stump the Idiots. I probably said the first thing I would do with TNA is fire Christy Hemme like a million fucking times. It's just crazy they paid her that much money. Jimmy King, hashtag TNA, sharing us on Google Plus as always. Appreciate it. What you gonna do, brother? Says, thank you for reminding me to check out the episode. No problem. Total Nonstop Action says, TNA rarely does contract signings, so I really don't mind it. But WWE owners, nope. I love you, Total Nonstop Action. That's where they get you. As soon as you say our contract signing's better than your contract signings survive. No, we cannot. That's not the route we need to go. We need to stick together. All right? No, our contract signing is better than their contract signing. No, that's how they get us divided. That's how they just conquer us, okay? They divide us and they conquer us, okay? That's how they do it. That's how mainstream media does it. That's how pro wrestling does it with contract signings, all right? We're not falling for mainstream media tactics. No one's contract signing is better than anyone else's contract signing. We are done with contract signings. What's Drew Galloway's gimmick?
He's a
hashtag
Occupy Wall Street wrestler.
Yeah, I know, but what's his hashtag? Isn't it hashtag stand up?
Stand up. Hashtag stand up.
Hashtag stand up with no more contract signings. I don't care who it is, all right? The only contract signings I want to see are on YouTube about a new athlete. You're like, oh, here's YouTube. All right, we signed you on Nation. Like, woo, okay, now I'm excited. Here on YouTube, we've signed Roderick Strong. Woo, I'm excited. That's it. Not on your shows, never again. We need to stand strong. All right, now, matter of fact, I was a little weak there. No contract signings whatsoever. Not even for fucking U-Haul Nation, Roderick Strong, or new guys. I was weak in my time of need. No contract signings in professional wrestling ever again. Let's just assume the contracts have been signed.
I'm trying to think about the last TNA contract signed. I think it was the one between Dizzy Carter and Manic where it kind of looked like a setup for a porno. Remember that one?
Yes. I know. No contract signings. No. American a la carte, don't bring in cheap Dixie Carter porn. We're not falling for traps.
Manic might have got lucky that night. He is the wings of the revolution. You never know.
Exactly. By the way, but who's the best wrestler again in Revolution? His name is TJ in real life, but what's his name in Gimmick Land?
Manic.
If Manic remembers me, he'll tell you how fucking crazy I am. I only met Manic for 5 seconds, and he just looked around like, this is the craziest fucking person I've ever met in my life. So, yeah, we were at my friend's show, and the booking was so horrible, and TJ was there. That's what he was called back in the day. And he's talking to the promoter, and I just walk up to the promoter and shove him and yell at him for how bad the booking was. And TJ, like, looking around like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he didn't even know how to react. Because I guess people just don't go up to promoters and start up. Oh, I will. If you're fucking, you have a responsibility. You can't just fucking throw shit out in that ring. All right, moving on. I don't know if he remembers me, but if he's like, oh, I was in a really shitty Florida show in the middle of nowhere, and some asshole pushed the promoter. That was me.
I remember I kind of met Manny one day at a live event in Macon, Georgia. Like they had like a VIP session, and the VIP session had fucking couches and shit or whatever. And like he came over there and sat with a family, and I was like sitting right there looking eye to eye. I was like, should I keep looking at Manic or should I look at the in-ring action? Because he was like doing poses and shit or whatever. I was like,
All right, let's go X Division Championship qualifier. The first one, really excited about this. You got Low Key of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Beatdown Plan. First, Manic, and Crazy Steve. I root for Manic just because he worked the Florida Indies and he worked really small shows. And anyone that busts their ass on the Indies and such small shows that he worked deserves success. I'm going to say something that I think I'm in the minority. I have no idea why Crazy Steve is none. Maybe he's awesome on the Indies and I missed it. I just Crazy Steve is a mystery to me. I feel like I'm the only one in the universe who doesn't like Crazy Steve. Why does everyone but me like Crazy Steve?
The character and the gimmick, it stands out, and the personality.
Gotcha. I'm just not buying it, man. All right, maybe I'll have to change. But it feels weird. It feels weird when like half the people agree with you, a small percentage agree with you. You're like, okay, my opinion's valid. But when you're like the only one that's like, I don't understand why Crazy Steve is popular, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, all right, I'll watch again. I'll just keep watching until I like it. Really, really good thing. A match, X Division match, probably the best X Division match of the night. There was a lot of good in-ring action. I think the main event was match of the night, but this was definitely the best of the X Division Championship qualifiers. And low key on the 1-16, 2-14 Tampa Bay Buccaneers pulls a huge upset with the Warriors way on Manic for the win. I didn't know how to react. I actually forgot what it was like for be a fan of Beatdown Clan and they win. Like, I looked around and I was like, is this real life? Is this real life? The Beatdown Clan member won? Hashtag Team Low Key forever. I was so shocked that I didn't even pop. Like, I felt like an Undertaker fan when Brock Lesnar beat Brock Lesnar after the streak. Like, you remember how there was just pure shock in the audience? That's how I was for Low Key winning. I was like, he won? I thought for sure they were going to give it to Crazy Steve or Manic. In a million years. Like, I still am shocked. Like, if we watched a replay of Impact right now and you bet me Low Key was going to lose, Low Key was going to lose, I would still take the bet. I'm like, yeah, Low Key is going to lose, but you've seen it. Like, there's no way. There was some editing magic, some mistake. I got hit in the head. There's no way low key fucking team #team low key fucking ever. I was so happy that it went beyond pop. It went, is this real life? Like I just, but I thought this was the best of the X Division Championship qualifier matches. What did you think of this match?
Well, before the match, that little edited video where they talked about everybody in the matches, I thought it was really cool.
Especially when they got to
Grado.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking the spot of the night. Like, Grado? Why is he here?
And two best parts of the match. One, low key hitting the Warriors way and stomping Manic's face. That was awesome. Two, low key looking into the camera after winning. Manic is Manic, so you really can't hate on Manic's wrestling. And as a Crazy Steve fan, I'm going to say this. Crazy Steve did the worst of this match. It seemed like he's kind of giving up or whatever because his character is over. It's over like hell. But TNA isn't really doing anything with the character. They're taking the manager away from him. They're taking Rebel away from him. So it's either time to he needs to turn heel or something like that because the crowd's not as hype as they used to be for him. And I think TNA, unless they do something with Crazy Steve immediately, they're going to kill this character. And he could be a great guy in the S division. So that's all I want to say about that.
Yeah. I actually really, I don't know. I'm just a huge fan of Loki. I'm really happy. Overall, after this, I thought the X Division was a little disappointing, but we'll get into that. So congratulations, Loki. All night, Grado was backstage just being Grado. He's exercising. He's trying to lose weight. Says he has to lose weight for his X Division shot. I love Grado, but it's just too much of a good thing. Next, they show a video recap of what
I kind
happened.
of think of those videos, the little Grado video, I kind of think they were poking fun at the IWC, YWC, who can't remember that the S Division now is no limits. I think a lot of people hold on to that thing of the S Division, it only can be small guys. I think that was the running joke in that whole thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I love Grado, and I don't know. To me, I think there was too much inside jokes that didn't get over. But let's move on. You have the X Division Championship qualifier match. You had DJZ versus Mandrews. I want to see more of Mandrews. And DJZ is really starting to grow on me. And I like Tiger Uno a lot. I love the athletes in this match. But I don't think it lived up to the first X Division Championship qualifier, just one earlier. It seems like as the X Division, the night went on, the matches got worse. So this one was in the middle of the road. I really enjoyed it. It ends with Tiger Uno pushing DJZ off the top rope, and I love DJZ. I don't know why. I'm just absolutely old for that. And I want to see more of Mandrews. I've seen him, thanks to YouTube clips, and I want to see what he could do. Like, I wouldn't even mind him and Spud becoming a tag team. I know.
I think go away for a little bit and get a character like Spud had got. You know how Spud went away for a little bit and then he came back all of a sudden, had a character.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Tiger Uno pushes him off. Then Tiger Uno basically gets to the center of the ring and connects corkscrew 450 splash. Your winner, Tiger Uno. And I love all three of these athletes. I just don't know if they're X Division champion worthy. It's like if these guys were, you got to remember the X Division used to be the cornerstone of TNA, and to me, this would be like mid-card guys. But now they have a shot. So Tiger Uno wins. I enjoyed the match. I'm looking forward to all three of them. But besides Low Key and Kenny King, and I'm a big X Division guy, I don't think any of these guys are worthy of holding the title. I don't think Spud was worthy of holding the title. Like, I actually got angry when Spud had the title. I'm a Spud fan. And he's like, well, this puts me up with Daniels. Shut the fuck up, Spud. Sit down and shut the fuck up. So I love all three of these athletes, and I want to see them grow, and I want to see them on television more. They're not worthy of having Daniels, Joe's, Styles title. That's just my opinion. I know it's not that popular, but besides Low Key and Kenny King, I don't think there's anyone worthy of being champion in this X division. So hopefully they get moving.
They're trying to rebuild, so they're trying to build new stars. Of course, the guys don't add up to AJ or whatever, but they're starting fresh in the S division, so I give them a little leeway in that regard.
Yeah, and then most who gives a shit moment of the night, and I don't know if I should be so mean, but like, really, it did not get over. It felt weird. Jesse Goddard assaults DJZ and power bombs him in the turnbuckle, press slam him over the top rope, all that, attacks him. So I guess they are starting a new feud. But I just wish there was a different time. And I know what they were trying to do. Like, on paper, this is a great idea. On paper, it's a great idea. It's like, hey, a match ends, let's go straight into another storyline. On paper, I think this is amazing. But I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. You got anything to add to Goddard's?
Well, I don't know. I'm wondering where it goes, because I think this really isn't a feud between him and DJZ. It's more of a continuation of the Robbie E thing. It's just Robbie E isn't there. So like DJZ is going to have to take a bullet until Robbie E gets back. I kind of think DJZ in this match, he should have won this match. Tigre Uno, he's an amazing wrestler. I guess they're doing it to get the international fans, the Mexican fans, and keep AAA happy. I think he just has, he's the most over guy in the match, so why not have him win? And they're going to probably feed him to Jesse Goddard. So I'm kind of mixed on the ending to this match.
And then you have the lingerie pillow fight for the Knockout Championship. Kong doesn't come out in lingerie, which probably most people would not are okay with. But I was a little disappointed. Big woman in lingerie, I'm okay with. Bring it on. Then she beats up the two members of the Dollhouse. They just go away for coffee. It just seemed weird. Like, we're fighting. Let's go to the back. It's like fighting, gone. And what's her name? Who's the girl in the ring?
Brooke.
Brooke out. She says this is an insult to everything we did. For some reason, Taryn Terrell is just not realizing she's about to get her ass kicked. Stays with the character, and then they start brawling, and we get to see the lingerie. Now, here's the problem with the lingerie review. You have to go. Your wrestling gear is so sexy in itself that, like, the lingerie really has to be almost nothing to be a factor. Because, her lingerie, yeah, okay, granted, it was hot, but she's just as hot with that in her wrestling gear. So I don't understand why she's shy. It's the mystery of you walk in on a girl and she's in a bathing suit, everything's fine. But she's in her underwear and bra, she freaks the fuck out. I don't understand the connection. I don't know why she was so freaked out. Like, she looked just as sexy with her wrestling gear as she does that, It would be different if it was like Ivory back in the day where she dressed up in a suit and stuff. But with this, it's just like, all right, nice. I like the goodies, but we've seen the goodies. So why are you embarrassed of the goodies? But I guess maybe it just she showed off the goodies not with her power. She was forced to show off the goodies, so it's dirty. I'm not really sure why Taryn was so upset, but that will probably lead to a match. And I don't know what happened to Awesome Kong. You think they're still brawling in the back? Like they started in Orlando, and now they're like through Texas. They just keep brawling. They're like hit California, start brawling back to the East Coast. I don't know. What did you think of this segment?
I like the lingerie, of course. Brooke coming out.
Were you disappointed? No Awesome Kong in lingerie.
Not. I would like to see Awesome Kong in lingerie, probably in the real maybe or whatever. But I think it would have been character assassination if she would have came out in lingerie.
Yeah,
But Brooke in that position of no one contender to Taryn, I'm not really feeling it. And that's not nothing against Brooke. I like Brooke's wrestling and everything like that, but it kind of speaks to TNA. They need to hire some new women because hopefully they are not thinking about having Brooke take the title off Taryn because for one, the dollhouse hasn't really gotten established yet, and for two, Brooke's already held the title. If anybody's going to take the title off of Taryn, it needs to be a new, fresh knockout, and no, not Rebel, even unless she improves. I just hope they aren't going down that route. Brooke, no, no, don't do that, TNA. Please do not do that. Hire Kana, hashtag hire Kana and have her defeat Taryn Terrell, hashtag that, do that. I gotta do every video. Every
yeah, well, hopefully I get it. Know what? I will forgive TNA for contract signings if the next contract signing is signing Kana. I will sacrifice my beliefs and my standards if the next contract signing is of Kana. You think if we say it enough, they'll be like, well, we have to sign this Kana girl?
Well, they have to at least look. Oh, that's her? Okay. Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully. The only problem is she's such a celebrity in Japan. So I don't know, usually TNA gets like Sonata was kind of, and I hate to say this because I like
rookie.
It's kind of a nobody. Like no one knew, like, oh, Sonata, okay, who gives a shit?
Yeah, he
helped Sonata more. I would love to see a Japanese legit star. But then again, you had, I say like you're Mr. TNA, so like I don't know why. I always noticed in their podcast, I went back and checked. I always blame you for TNA's bad executions, like it's your fault. Like American a la carte, you had Tanahashi, you had Okada, and you fucked it up. And American a la carte's like, it wasn't me, man. It wasn't me.
Well, to be fair, they really weren't TNA. They were just they were on loan. Like it was like, hey, we're gonna give you these guys be on American television. Make sure you have them back before midnight. Or
like they were Cinderella's slippers.
Hey, here's Tanahashi. Hey, don't change his name. Make sure he looks just like Tanahashi in pristine condition when we get him back. If Kana signed, I think would she bring her fan base over? I mean, would they get people of Japan to watch TNA more?
Possibility. They're on a really big network. They're actually on the cable network, the same as the Giants. So it's not like they don't have spreadability. Pretend that's a real word. People have TNA. Now, granted, it's really weird because, like, they're like, oh, here's 3 episodes of Impact from 4 months ago, and next week will be the week after 3. Like, they send it over, like, in chunks of 3, and, like, they just air whenever the fuck they feel like it, and it's hard to keep up with. But, no, if you sign one of their stars, such as a Kana or a Kenta, there'll be interest. But then if you don't embarrass them, you have full love. Let me tell you something. WWE could not sell out a house show to save their fucking lives. They signed Kenta. Every house show has been signed out. NXT is shown live on J Sports, which is the ESPN. People give a fuck so much about Kenta. Like I said this on our WrestleMania preview show, our WrestleMania show. I work, I hate to say this, I start sounding like John Cena. I work at an orphanage, and by work, I mean volunteer. Buy my pink shirt. I'm the best podcaster. See how much of a scumbag I am? That's the same thing as John Cena. You just defend his celebrity. But I remember I went in, and people that know I'm a wrestling fan, but haven't watched wrestling since, Muto was skinny. And I'm not saying Muto's fat. He's just jacked the fuck up. But, like, from the beginning of time, and they had no idea. They was like, oh, I watched a Muta match and a Hashimoto match back in 1986. Like, that's their reference of pro wrestling. They just don't watch it. I walked in, and, like, they were asking me, it's like, Kenta really going to be at WrestleMania? And people really care. So you have to sign their heroes and then not embarrass them. Now, if you like a Yoshitatsu, which he wasn't that big of a star, or a Sonata, when they come back, then people accept them. Like, wow, you went to America. You're a bigger star now. So it's kind of like a boost up, unless, of course, you're Okada and Tanahashi. And we'll save that for another story. That's just a sad fucking story. But, usually it boosts them up. And then, if you have a star and then you don't embarrass them, now, WWE, I used to be able to walk up to the arena and be like, hey, I'm Dave from KocoSports. You got any tickets left over? Here, Dave, just get in there for free. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. No one's here. It went from that to, oh, no, you better call early. You better get your tickets. They might already be sold out. I might not be able to go to the July 4th live event. And I just remember before they signed Kenta, I was like, does anyone want my tickets? No one wanted them because I had tickets to the WWE house show, and I didn't want to go because of health reasons and all that. And I was like, anyone want my tickets? I'm like, no. And one guy that I do ticket deals with said, oh, I'll take them. And then they're like, they signed Kenta. I'm like, oh, can I have my tickets back? And I'm like, oh, no. As soon as they mentioned they signed Kenta, they sold out instantly. So
how's it going to work now with Kenta being injured? How's it going to work now with Kenta being injured?
Well, I think they're trying to go, look, Prince Devitt's coming home. They're really trying to sell that. Woo! So they're trying to sell the Prince Devitt thing. Because I honestly believe, this is just no spoilers, just what I believe. I think Prince Devitt's going to beat Steen. Steen is headed up to the WWE main roster full time. And originally that was supposed to be Kenta's spot. Because WWE's business had to have tripled or times 4 on this island. Because no one gave a shit about WWE. Like, people, there were WWE fans, but they were like, oh, you like that? It was that. Like, I remember a couple years ago, when you got off a subway platform, you could have went to New Japan, Noah, this way, or go to WWE that way. And at the subway platform, there was wrestling fans that if you went towards the WWE thing, they, Japan, it's not as loud and obnoxious. But how they proved their point was if you went towards WWE Stadium and you were going to watch WWE, they would hand you like flyers for gay porn, saying that it's the same as gay porn. Like, you go watch WWE, it's the same as gay porn. But now, packed, no gay porn jokes, and hopefully WWE keeps it up. But TNA sold out Bound for Glory, and the reason it sold out Bound for Glory is TNA didn't know what they had to have not known or didn't care. In Japan, pro wrestling's expensive. It's very expensive, and it's on constantly. It's overwhelming. You can go to a show like nine times a week, easily, just in Tokyo, and easily 9 times a week you can go to a show, and it's expensive as shit. Even the indies. Like, you want to go to an indie, like, oh, that's cool, there's 10 people here. Yeah, but those 10 people paid $80 fucking each. So wrestling's expensive. TNA comes in and they're like, oh, you want to sit front row for $40? I'm like, yes, I do. And that's how they packed it in. But I don't know if TNA just wanted to have a big crowd or someone gave them bad information, because that's all people talked about. No one knew about TNA. And then someone's like, oh, you could sit front row for $40. And phew, it sold out instantly.
Was that TNA's first showing in Japan?
It's its first, like, major showing. They've had appearances here and there at guest spots and all that. And Ring of Honor had an appearance. But I think Ring of Honor, when they came a long, long time ago, they kept regular prices and the attendance wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, if you're like, I pay $90 to see an indie, and here's TNA's pay-per-view for 40, 20, 10, you're packing the place. They had to turn that stuff away. And I don't know if TNA did that on purpose just to sell out, the Hall, which is a really famous building, or if they just didn't know. Because, God?
Since it was a pay-per-view, I'm thinking they probably did it on purpose, just to make the pay-per-view look good audience-wise.
Yeah. So, and the advertising was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Like, to get my ticket, I had to do, like, so much research in that. Because I'd be like, oh, TNA, Bound for Glory, this arena, a ticket, please. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I need the ticket. They're like, no, there's no fucking event there. And you had to go, and it was like, in small, fine print, it was like, Wrestle One house show. That's how it was advertised. And it was like, holy shit. So, yeah, we looked up Wrestle One house show, and we're like, oh, that's TNA's Bound for Glory. I think it was Bound for Glory. That was the one that was in Japan, right?
The one Bound for, you said one in Japan. I think it was Bound for Glory. Or what did you say?
I could be wrong. It wasn't Slammiversary. I think it was Bound for Glory.
But
anyway, but it was cheap. WWE doesn't sell that cheap at all. WWE knows what's up, but they have offices, and WWE has really improved in Japan. But yeah, if the TNA wants to get, because they're on the channel, they're on the right channel. The finding them is not the problem. People giving a shit is the problem. And if you signed a legit star like Kana, it would get eyeballs on the screen, and especially if you signed a legit male star. And I'm not saying Sonata isn't legit, but he was on the fifth. He was a mid-carder, high mid-carder. He was a high mid-carder on the fifth biggest company on the island. So it was kind of like, oh, all right.
What, Buddha's young boy?
No, he was
his protege.
I don't know. He was. I guess he would be at the level of where Dolph Ziggler is on the card, except it was the fifth or sixth biggest promotion.
Well,
so,
what if TNA signed like one of the top girls from Stardom? How well?
Something like that. So, all right, next, let's get back to this. Sometimes we get sidetracked, but it's a podcast. We have a conversation. Mm-hmm. We have Grado, and I love you, brother, but you are completely out of place. Versus Cruz. Cruz, is he the same Cruz from Team 3D Academy? Because if it is, he's fucking awesome. I didn't know who Cruz was, but I was like, oh, please be Team 3D Academy Cruz. I don't know. Does anyone know if Cruz went to Team 3D Academy? Because Cruz just appeared on the radar, and I was like, I wonder if he's the same Cruz. Because if he's the same Cruz, this guy's motherfucking amazing. I don't know if it's the same guy. And then you had Glass Joe. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not his name? Gabby J. Oh, that's not his name? Barry Horowitz Jr. No? Oh, Kenny King. Kenny King. You're so awesome. Why? Why, Kenny King? Why? Kenny King, this is the worst match of the night by far. Grado is amazing entertainer if the fans and the atmosphere are there. If the fans and atmosphere are not there, Grado is just a fat idiot. And I love Grado. You have to bring him in slowly. And the fact that he's going to be in the X Division finals, too much. Like, if this was the UK, people would have lost their shit. If this, it's just, I'm happy for Grado because I'm a huge fan, and I'm happy for Spud, and I'm happy for the Dollhouse, but it's too much of a good thing. Just too much, And the fact that he beat Kenny King is just ridiculous. But Grado nails Cruz with the rock and slice to pick up the win. Grado is being awesome. He's pure entertainment, but wrong place, wrong time, and just no one gave a shit. Hopefully people in America love Grado as much as they do in the UK, because then you could witness that. Please go check out his stuff on the YouTubes. It's something different. You're not going to enjoy his in-ring style ever. But just the atmosphere he brings is absolutely amazing. But I was just so heartbroken that it was Kenny King didn't win this. And I love you, Grado, but too much. It's like Grado, I love you enough to share the pizza, but you're not grabbing the last slice, bitch. I don't love you that much. That's what it's like. I thought this was definitely the weakest match of the night, and I love Grado, but wrong place, wrong time, too much of a good thing. What was your thoughts?
I'm going to agree with you on that. Weakest matchup of the night. Grado, it's going to take time for Grado to get over because, he's been touring around the Indies in the United States, and the first show he's there, people are like, whatever. But then, like, by the fifth or sixth show, he's over. People, he's got the crowd in a frenzy. So I guess this was their thing, taking time, getting Grado out there. I did enjoy the comedy spots. Like when they were trying to pick up Grado, especially the one where Cruz was trying to German suplex, he was like, hey, Okay, whatever. Try it again, mate. Kenny King not be able to lift him. Kind of laugh. Not a fan of Grado's in ring stuff. No, but I do understand why he did it. I understand why they had Grado win. Cruz on loan from AAA, or he was just there, so automatically I knew he wasn't going to win. Kenny King, I think Kenny King's over the S division. It's time for him to move on to either the heavyweight or a tag team with MVP. It really is.
Hold on. Can Kenny King at least win before we move him up to the heavyweight division? Not win the title, but win a match. You know what? The Stormtroopers in Star Wars are like, this is a bit much. The Foot Soldiers in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, not even the movie, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. The Goombas in Super Mario. The Goombas in Super Mario. Like, oh, dude, this is a bit much. You should get some offense in.
I mean, also low key, he's over it. I mean, next year, this is just my thing right here. Low key should probably use option C and win it. It's time for Low key to become a heavyweight champion, but no one that really fit here was Grado. Grado, they want to be S division champion, or they put him in this spot because they know he can get over. He can talk on the mic. He's something different in the S division. He's not the stereotypical S division guy with the high flying moves. He's entertaining. And I think that's one thing that the S division needs. It needs storylines and needs people who can entertain, and people somebody that the crowd is going to care about if they book him correctly. I mean, he could blow up in their face. If Grado doesn't get over, he could really blow up in TNA's face. It all depends on how well, if he wins the S division title. And from the looks of it, it's who's in the match. It's Loki, Tigre Uno, and Grado.
Yeah.
Grado, it's that I can't, not unless they start booking Loki like a monster and give him mic time weekly. Grado's the only one that really sticks out there. Like, okay, Grado sticks out. He's different from everybody else. So I don't like it, but I know why they did it.
Let me tell you, if it goes from Spud to Grado, and I love Spud and Grado, but if the title goes from Spud to Grado, let's just consider the X Division done. There is no more X Division. You know what I mean?
Do you mean that in the sense of no more high flying, or do you mean it just like
it just doesn't exist? It's just a title that means absolutely nothing. I mean, back to the Wednesday night pay-per-views, we cared. We debated for hours on radio what was better, the X Division or the NWA World Heavyweight title. The X Division title meant something to you as a TNA fan. And if Spud wins it and then Grado wins it, we have to admit to ourselves as longtime TNA fans, X Division fans, it's dead. The division's over.
I really think the problem with the S division is not the fact that Rockstar Spud won it or anything. It's the fact that TNA, they don't feature the S division like it should. It doesn't have weekly segments. People don't defend it like they should, and the only time that it really gets hype is around option C. Whereas it should be that people should be fighting for the S division title year round. I'm not talking about just the small guys or resident, quote unquote S division guys. Everybody should be fighting for the S division title because no weight limits, no limits, or whatever. That's your shot for a world heavyweight title. Why aren't you fighting for it? James Storm. Why aren't you fighting for it? MVP. Like anybody, like that should be the belt that everybody's like, okay, I can't get the world heavyweight title right now, but that's what I want. That's my ticket to the world heavyweight title. But they just throw it out there randomly, no storylines, and that's what really kills the S division.
Yeah, I don't know. It just bothers me. All right, just for a heads up, we have to finish this podcast by the top of the hour. I probably should have told you that beforehand. So next, we have Bram's challenge. I'm not a big fan of Bram, but this part made me crack up. Bram says he absolutely hates history. I don't know why. Being a former history teacher, I guess, if my health clears up, I can be a history teacher again. But being a former history teacher, that made me just die laughing. Because if you go on your Facebook timeline and you studied history for more than a half an hour, you'll understand everyone absolutely hates history. Yeah, so I that just made me crack up. I don't know. It's like Bram told a joke that just got me to crack up. I don't know of anyone else. But according to him hating history, known as Slammiversary, he's just going to beat up old TNA guys, which I guess would be cool. Maybe you see some cool returns. Maybe this was the rumored AJ Styles spot. They were trying to get AJ Styles to come back for Hall of Fame and one match, and AJ turned him down because of the rocky relationship with him at TNA and also New Japan and TNA. So that he turned him down. But I wonder if this was supposed to be his spot. It's interesting. But it seems like Bram is just going to keep beating up guys throughout TNA history to Slammiversary. And I'm not a big fan of Bram, but if it brings back some of the guys that I absolutely loved, I'm for it. But Crimson, all right. I guess that's the first guy in. Crimson is basically Bram Jr. or Bram Sr. He was a guy that everyone thought had talent and went nowhere. So, like, Bram, what does it remind me of? You ever play Zelda 2? I don't know if you're as old as me. But at the end of Zelda 2, by the way, the game sucks. Don't let fucking historians change your fucking mind. There's video game historians like, Zelda 2, no one thought it sucked. Everyone thought it sucked. I'm that old to remember. But Zelda 2, at the very end, you fight Shadow Link. That's what this reminded me of. It was Bram versus Shadow Bram. It was a Crimson. It was a really short match. Bram bites his hand and then hits him with a brighter side of suffering. And Bram gets the win. It really wasn't a squash match, so I appreciate that. But the biting, it's like the referee's solid. Fine. Okay. All right. I guess the referee jobbed Crimson out a lot more than Bram did. But besides that, I like the idea, especially if you've been a long-time TNA fan. And it'll be interesting to see who they get because a lot of people that left TNA, they either say nothing or bad stuff about them. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those PC areas where they're like, oh, TNA wasn't that bad. It's just I went somewhere else. Like, it's one of those, you're full of shit, you really hated the company, or it's, fuck that company, go to fucking hell. So I wonder who they're going to get back, and I find it to be interesting. And I kind of wonder, just my conspiracy cap, do you think that was AJ Styles' spot? What did you think of Bram hating history and this gimmick and this match?
I was disappointed, not with the match, but the way Bram swerved us. When Bram started talking about the X Division, I was like, okay, Bram's going to bully his way into the X Division match. He's going to be X Division champion. Everything's going to be right with the world. Bram is X Division champion. That's going to be fucking awesome. Then he starts talking about history.
I do not agree with that statement, for the record. I just wanted to be clear. I do not agree with that statement. Go on.
You wouldn't like Bram as X Division champion?
I don't like Bram fucking serving me dinner at Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Bram. Go on.
Oh, okay. But I think TNA, they missed a gold opportunity with that. That should have been the main point. Bram, he already attacked the cameraman. He should have been talking about, I'm getting this X Division. He probably could have taken out Grado. Beat up Grado. I think you would like that better. Bram or Grado.
That's a good point, because I think him beating up Grado helps Grado and helps him. I know it don't sound like it, but then Grado has a storyline. He's like, hey, I was in the X Division finals and got fucked over by Bram. And you're like, oh, I know what it's like to be fucked over. Go Grado. You know what I mean? And then Bram, it's like, oh, well, you got rid of fucking Grado. So I think that's the way your booking would have been win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everybody. He could have had Grado chasing Bram, Grado get over. Bram as this psychotic, brutal X Division champion. It would have been awesome. TNA, why do you think of that? And then he talked about...
I think the feud would help both of them. I can't stress that enough. This feud would help both of them. Go on.
And then they talk about he talks about beating old people. I like Crimson. I don't think he's like a shadow clone Bram, because he never got as malicious as Bram. he was just like, I'm a strong redhead guy. Bram is just like out there wacko. Good match. It's just when we said S division, it just soured my whole thing. It was like, oh, he's gonna be beating up older people from TNA. Now, granted, it depends on who the people he beats up, how long they stay on the card. I mean, on the roster. I mean, is Crimson back for real full time?
I doubt it, but I have no idea.
See, that all depends. If it's just like him beating old guys and then gets a Slammiversary with no storyline besides, it's reverse Heath Slater. Oh my God, it just came to me. Reverse Heath Slater. Think about he's gonna be beating up old people until Slammiversary. It's got to be somebody big. Now, obviously, it's not going to be AJ because he signed to New Japan, so he can't really do anything besides Ring of Honor because of the relationship. It's not going to be Daniels. Who?
Hold on. We got something on Google Plus, which is very interesting. I don't think it's going to happen, but the idea is very interesting. Tom on Google Plus says, could it be Jeff Jarrett at the end? Very interesting, but I don't know because Jeff Jarrett ran his first show, and I love you, Jarrett, but like Jarrett, when I saw the card and the attendance, I literally wanted to fly to you from Japan to wherever minor league stadium you are and just give you a hug. I love you, Jeff Jarrett. I really do. I'm not a Jeff Jarrett player hater. I love Jeff Jarrett. I know that some people get mad when I say this, but I love Jeff Jarrett. I felt so bad after reading that card and seeing the pictures that I wanted to fly to whatever minor league stadium it was and just give him a hug. Like, just show up like I flew in from Japan for this. Bring it in. So, yeah. So you're taking no chance in hell, it's Jarrett.
I'm looking at the TNA alumni, and it's sad because, for one, the menagerie is on the TNA alumni, and maybe it's just me, but with the names, some of them are gray and some of them are white. I wonder if they have special meaning, like, okay, the gray guys are the people that we still fuck with, and the white we don't fuck. No, because Bully Ray's still in the gray. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too much into it.
We're getting into some hacking stuff here, like secret messages. When did TNA become lost?
It's very suspicious. I mean, gray, white. I mean, all the current TNA stars are gray, but you have some of the alumni guys, they're in white.
American a la carte, I don't mean to go all InfoWars on you, but I'm pretty sure you're looking into something that probably some webmaster just was too lazy to change.
It's going to stay white. Whatever.
All right, well, let's put it down. Where is AJ? What color is AJ?
Gray.
All right. What color is Shark Boy? Because they obviously have access to Shark Boy.
Shark Boy is gray.
See, yeah, there's nothing. If AJ Styles and Shark Boy are on the same level as far as your gray-white scale, I think.
But Daphne is white. Desmond Wolfe is white. The Naturals are white. Lady Tapa is white. Scott Hall is white. Sean Waltman is white. Taylor Wilder is white. And Tonko.
Let's talk about the main event because I'm sure there's a lazy webmaster and you are looking way too deep in this. But for the record, if there is something to the gray and white thing, I will give you 3 Barry Horowitzes and you can be the champion of the internet. But until then, let's talk about main event. You got the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Austin Aries versus Kurt Angle. I thought the match was amazing. A lot of people in the comments and social media, as far as our network goes, the Internet Inventory, are talking about match of the year candidate. Pump your brakes on that. Just pump your brakes on that. Go watch Wrestle Kingdom. I still thought it was a really good match. The only thing that took away from this match, in my opinion, is not once that I think Kurt Angle was going to lose. Not once. After the match is all that matters. EC3 takes a cheap shot on Angle. I'm an EC3 fan. That was a joke. Sometimes you have to explain jokes because people don't get sarcasm. EC3 holds up the World Heavyweight Championship, and me and Alucard from other sides of the world high-fived each other. Like, yeah, EC3. We're Team EC3, baby. EC3 for life. What did you think of this match? Some people on social media call it match of the year quality. Do you agree with that? And your thoughts?
I think match of the year. It was a great match. Oh boy, maybe not match of the year, but still a good overall wrestling thing. I got mad to have to rewatch it, but I enjoyed watching the match while I was seeing it. So can't take anything away from that. And EC3 holding up the belt. What's better than that? What's better than EC3 holding up a world heavyweight title? I can't think of anything more better.
For the record, do you think there's anyone on the internet that's more of EC3 marks than me and you?
I bought the EC3 versus Sting. I beat Sting shirt.
Give yourself 2 Barry Horowitzes. Yeah, and EC3 was so over in Japan. It was crazy. He tried to cut a promo like healing on Japan, and it just didn't work. We're like, we love you. All right. Let's see. A lot of D-Rocks on Twitter. D-Rock says, I forgot to tell you about the Lucha Sisters, the first Shine Tag Team Championship. It was Jade and Blue Pants. Yeah, I never watched them, but I saw a lot of Facebook photos. And by the way, yes, Jade did cosplay with Leva. Yeah, I haven't seen Shine. I probably should watch Shine more, but I haven't. But yeah, I might not have seen the matches, but I definitely saw the pictures. And Leva is absolutely amazing. Such a kind-hearted person.
She's got like a heel, like what's that movie where they knock on your house or whatever? Oh shit! Whatever.
Like every movie ever.
No. It's like for the next 24 hours, all crime is legal. That's what she's doing now, and it's kind of cool. In Shimmer.
All right, D-Rock says, how about Kong's former manager, Chila and Melissa in a lingerie pillow fight? Would you want to see that? See, that's the thing. I think they're just as sexy in their wrestling gear. Like, am I the only one that thinks that? Like, I don't see, like, the higher sexiness of her in a lingerie. I don't think Miss Elizabeth losing her skirt, those days are over. That was a great moment, though. But those days are over, where, like, the lingerie kind of is taking a back seat for the simple fact of what they wear to the ring is pretty sexy in general.
Well, it depends on the wrestler. Think about if it was the same situation, but Bailey.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on the wrestler. I guess it depends what she wears to the ring.
Yeah.
So D-Rock says, you might think I'm crazy, but I've seen Big Red April Hunter wrestle naked. It sucked as a match, but it was kind of awesome. I love April Hunter. I do. I have no idea why April Hunter hasn't been more successful, and I don't mean that as an insult, but she's just got everything. Like, if you were gonna bet on a woman making it in pro wrestling, it would be April Hunter. I never understood why she never made it higher than she did.
I remember her.
Yeah, she's beautiful. You know what I always thought? Like, I don't know how good of an actor she is at this level, but I always thought she would be the perfect Mary Jane. Like, in a Spider-Man flick. You know? I don't know. She might be older now, but I'm saying in her prime. I'm sure she's still good looking. I don't know. April Hunter. April Hunter was cool. She's been on our radio show a ton.
She was in the same promotion that Velvet Sky was in before TNA.
She's wrestled everywhere. April Hunter is just, I don't know how to describe her. She's just, I don't know. It blows my mind that she never made it higher than she did. I think she works for WWN now as a manager, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at her clips on YouTube. I remember her from my teenage adolescent days on. Is this women's wrestling? Really? Wow.
Rock says 2 other women I would sign to TNA is Cherry Bomb and Kimberly Lee. So D-Rock says Cruz is engaged to Leva, by the way. I'm pretty sure he went to Team 3D Academy. If they sign him, they need to sign his tag team partner. Yep, that's them. That's them. They actually worked for my company. So there you go. I wish anyone that worked for my company, I wish nothing but the best of luck to. They are amazing people. They are an amazing tag team, pure entertainment, and I could say this in ring wise. Them versus the Japanese tag team. Fuck, I think it was like Two Limited, Two on. I don't know, but it's on this YouTube channel. Was one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen live in person.
What's
But
his
yeah,
tag team partner's
if
name?
that's the case, I wish them nothing but the best of luck. They're amazing wrestlers, and above that, amazing people. I thought it was him, but I didn't want to say anything. Go ahead.
What's his partner's name?
Rios. I don't know what his full name is.
Oh,
This is their name. They were a tag team, and they were like the most. They were like the Mexicools. Remember the Mexicools? But just 1,000 times better in the. I don't know. Well, for WWE standard, when the Mexicools were in WWE.
Rios was on TNA also. I don't know. Wow, why did
Well,
they
they
have
made a lot of appearances. A lot of times, people don't know this, but a lot of times, remember when Jeff Jarrett was doing the MMA thing?
Yeah.
Then for the guys, like a lot of times when they pulled people out of the crowd, it was them. So they have a lot of that in common. All right. Boop, boop, boop. A lot of people putting over Dollhouse. I'm going to refresh. We're going to do some YouTube comments. We got 8 minutes. While I'm doing the YouTube comments, tell them about your YouTube channel, because in 8 minutes, we're closing this baby down. Your YouTube channel there.
Oh, a guy on the internet who doesn't lie for views.
All right. TNA Limp Act Zone says, I freaking love contract signings. What is Whistling Dixie are you talking about, Dave? Contract signing equals tip chairs a table. Risk of shaking the big pen. Contract signings are so over. I really thought he liked contract signings. Monday Night Jaw, Dracula, please update and harshly elaborate on the YWC flag and switch situation. Hashtag Riot Maker. I think you actually did a video on your channel about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. American a la carte, you go out and you branch and you bring the fight to YouTube. Me, I just like stay in my little cave with my internet infantry.
I can't. Like when somebody like on the internet, especially in the IWC, feeds like lies and bullshit. Like either you can sit there and be like, okay, or you can stand up and say, "You're lying. You're a lying sack of shit," and I don't appreciate it one bit, sir.
All right. Clover Cold 89 says the main event will be EC3 versus a wrestler that Kurt chooses, so at least the contract signing is not the main event. All right. So there you go. Yeah, it's even on TNA's thing, the side scrolls, like contract signing. Clover Cold 89 says SoCal Val, I hope returns. She's a better ring announcer than Christy. I agree a million times. I love SoCal Val. I've actually watched SoCal Val when it was illegal to watch SoCal Val. She started off with the Strong brothers, Roderick Strong and IPW Hardcore, and she's the kindest, sweetest fucking person in the world. I wish her nothing but success. But yeah, I hope they bring back SoCal Val. Just an awesome person. It's so nice. Like even when she was a huge celebrity, she went to where I ran shows, and I'd be like, oh okay, well she's a celebrity now. She's not gonna fucking remember me, and she remembered me, and she was kind. So I wish her nothing but the best. She's very beautiful, but here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have. I think SoCal Val is the most beautiful person in the world. I've seen her when she was 14. Like, that takes it away from me. Like, if I actually physically meet you when you're a teenager, I don't care how old you get, I'll feel guilty. Like, SoCal Val is amazingly hot, but I've seen her when she's 14, and I can't go there. I cannot. No. And she doesn't age. She looked that hot and crazy when she was 14. It was like, what? You're 14 and you just slowly back away. You're like, all right, we never had this conversation. You look over there and never make eye contact with me again. And I swear I'm not gonna look at you ever again. So yeah, that's my only problem with SoCal Val. I knew her when she was so young. LB Clash of Kings says, if you had to choose between Linda McMahon or Dixie Carter, who would you want to see do Velvet Sky's entrance to the ring at TNA? LB Clash of the Kings, thank you for the tough questions. He says, I'll pick Dixie over Linda McMahon. Yeah, Linda's way more up there in age, and she's always looked like an old lady. Like even 97 years ago, she's never aged. But like SoCal Val looks like barely legal hot, oh my goodness, where Linda McMahon, yeah, she's never aged. She looks exactly the same, The only problem is when she was a 20, she looked like she was 92. I would definitely go Dixie Carter for it. You know what? I don't know why. I have this little fantasy about Dixie Carter that, like, I become her boy toy, and I just am her bitch, and she runs wrestling, and I'm like, you can do it, honey. That's my little fantasy with Dixie Carter. Like, yeah, you fucking, yeah, whatever, yeah. If I can fire Vince Russo, I don't care. Oh, how much money do I got? You know, like, I'm just like, I don't know, like a bitch husband. That's what I know this sounds horrible and it's taking away my street cred, but I've always pictured like I could be Dixie Carter's bitch husband. Like, I don't know if her husband's really a bitch, but that would be the relationship I have. Like, yeah, TNA's great, honey. I just went on Steam and bought 900. That's where I go. Most people would buy fast cars. I'm like, I went to Steam and bought cheap video games on your credit card. Moving on. LB Clash of the King says, I was shocked Tiger Uno won, but his finisher landed on Mandow's face that looked like it gave Mandow's a concussion. I think it was just the one camera angle, because when they go to another camera angle, I think he completely missed. I think that was more camera angle, but I could be wrong. But it did look nasty from that one camera angle. Also, liked all 3 X Division matches. Glad to see Grado back. What if they put the X Division title on him? I agree. Crazy Steve needs a gimmick change or a heel turn. Jimmy King says Samuel Shaw and Crazy Steve as a tag team would be cool. That wouldn't be bad. I wonder where Samuel Shaw is. Hopefully he comes back soon.
I think he's doing like competitive muscle building now until they call him back.
Okay. Clover Cold 89, Spud and Mandrews as a tag team would be cool. LB Clash of Kings, X Division has always been no limits, but people seem to forget Abyss and Samoa Joe held the title. They are not small guys. Yeah, well, Abyss was title always been ridiculous. Samoa Joe's title was absolutely amazing. Also, what's your thoughts on having smaller guys win the world title? Do you agree with Smart Mark fans that only big and tall guys should be world champ? If I was to start a new company, I would do a lot more MMA stuff where there was actually weight divisions, and I would have weight divisions where in that division there's important. I'd have a boxing MMA element to it. But if you're not going to do the MMA style, then no, anyone can. I don't think size matters, and I think Sakuraba Gracies have proven that in real life. And yeah, so that's it. I just think the most talented wrestler is. Total Nonstop Action says, I agree with everything you said about that X Division title, especially Spud. Definitely not worthy, not even close yet. I love Spud. Both KocoSports and Maricolor, which would you choose to see lingerie? Awesome Kong, Havoc, Leah Tampa, or Nicole Bass? I'm going to say Awesome Kong. I don't know. Havoc, she's a bit of a racist, but she's got nice things. Leah Tampa, not too bad. And Nicole Bass, okay, I'm going to say I love all women. I'm more of a personality guy. Like, I can sleep with any homely-looking girl, any fat girl. Doesn't bother me. I'm just, my standards. As long as you have a vagina and a personality, I'm a big tit guy. But I'm not, I don't. Now, granted, some people call me hypocritical because I've only dated people above what I look like. That's not that hard. But I'm going to say Awesome Kong. What do you got, American Alucard?
For the big women in TNA?
No. Who would you want to see in lingerie? He has a list. Awesome Kong, Havoc, Lady Tampa, or Nicole Bass. Nicole Bass is the only one I have no interest in. After that, sure, baby, come on over. Who do you got?
Probably Lady Tampa and then Havoc, because here's the thing. I don't know if you live in Georgia or anything like that, but this is weird. They have racist Caucasian white women that still like to have relations with black dudes. What the hell just happened?
All right, well, I mean, I guess everyone has their thing.
Yeah,
I like girls that can quote Beauty and the Beast and The Great Gatsby. So everyone has their thing. Total Nonstop Action says you guys are spooking the fuck out of me with a Kong lingerie talk. Oh, sorry, we really tough guys. TNA needs to sign. All right, he has a long list. All right, we're gonna go 3 more comments and wrap it up. Anything else, we'll go. Carlos Sandana says, "Oh, why, Dave? Is it okay to live against the WWE special events, but against UFC? Against UFC? Nah, man. LOL. Oh well, I don't watch UFC live because I have a cable network. What is it called? I don't know. It's something like Go 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 or something. It's something crazy, Bong Bong or something, where I don't watch UFC events live, and I try to be like la 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 spoilers because I get to watch it on my cable channel the next day. All right. Let's see. Trying to get new people here. Why Christy leaving? How many new talent could TNA bring with her salary? I agree with that. She should leave. Fran Yelly says, "Good evening, guys. I recently started watching. Why are you not using the name American a la carte anymore? Why don't you use
You want me to explain it, or like, because it's a long.
Just answer quick because we're 2 minutes over.
I can't really explain it. Like, just go to the video I posted. Well, no.
Reply to him in the comments.
Yeah.
At first, I hated that fat embarrassed Grado, but Destination X, he proved me wrong. All right. Yeah, he's pretty good. And last one, Team EC Geek, shake my head. I'm disappointed in you and Mr. TNA. So Total Nonstop Action's disappointed in you. LB Clash of Kings says that GFW show event was so sad. Reading the card, looking at the attendance and the size of the arena. Yeah. I just want
to. Really? Do they have pictures of that up somewhere?
Somewhere on Facebook, yeah, they have it, and probably on a lot of websites. All right, American a la carte, if you could do me a favor,
yes.
Go in the comments in a couple minutes and just answer any of the comments that we missed, and I'll try to do the same. American a la carte, plug your channel one more time.
New channel name, Guy on Internet Who Doesn't Lie for Views.
Just rolls right off the tongue. I wonder if the domain and Twitter handles are still available. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We try to do at least one video a day. I'm gonna try in a couple hours to do an all TNA show to make up for TNA being the last Wednesday night review. If American a la carte is up in a couple hours, I'll invite him on. KocoSports.net has been updated like crazy. Jerry returned from the dead. Hopefully he keeps that up. And also follow us on Twitter at KocoSports. Please subscribe to us because we at least do one video a day, if not more. And I'm going to try to do one more TNA topic video in a few hours. American a la carte, thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to call you American a la carte. Your new name is way too long. You're American a la carte forever on our team. And also follow us on Twitter. Thank you, Internet Inventory. I'm just repeating stuff now. So like, comment, subscribe. With that, I am over.